right, ladies and gentlemen, today is the official start of review. How exciting. We don't need my face on this. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the first day of review. Please don't be my face. Come on. It's my face. And I'm recording this, so this is just everything. Now, I will tell you, this year I'm doing a review a little bit different. Historically, I've always done Barron's books. You will notice a lot of review class teachers are using Barron's book. I used to be the Barron's book queen. I am walking away from it, so this is the first year we're doing something different. And I'm really excited about it. I have a lot of anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety about just everything at the moment. But I have faith. You know, I'm going to gamble on my 94% pass rate, and we're going to do it, get higher, because you cannot improve unless you change. So here we are. With that being said, this is a new review. This is a new structure for me. So we are going to get through it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to pull out, if you have any previous week's focuses or any of your previous assignments, pull them out now. Let's do it. Pull out all of your assignments, because I assume. Perfect. Put them on the desk and we'll go through it together. That's perfect.
I have the arrest, it's just I haven't done it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't tell you to bring it. 3, 2, 1. Please listen very carefully to me. Now, you just received a new scope and sequence today. That scope and sequence is for review. I wouldn't throw away your old one, which looks like this. I wouldn't throw it away. You're still going to reference it at times. Now, looking at your new scope and sequence, you will see that we have 5 weeks of review. This is why we work hard all year, so we have this type of review. I have completed content. I have completed content. I have now 5 weeks of review. Well, I will review every unit of study. That's a huge deal. I'm in a Facebook group with 5,000 other AP World teachers, and some people are in Unit 7. There's not a shot in hell they're going to finish, okay? The reason why we move all so fast throughout the whole year is so we have this time now, so we can review and get the information we need. So, the review has been organized by week, of course. So we're in week 30. We are studying review units 1 through 3. If you look at your scope and sequence, this is week 1 through 7 is what we're covering in week 30's content. Now, what is going to happen during review is that you are still taking quizzes, by the way. So, if you have your focuses, please open it to week 2 focus. If you have it easily accessible. If you don't, it's not a big deal. Everything's fine. Don't freak out. Okay, so as you're seeing on the scope and sequence, for week 30, we are doing unit 1 through 3. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, you are taking a vocab quiz. It is a 5-question quiz on this week's focus. So, Monday, you have a 5-question quiz on any of the terms from your week 2 focus. It is important for you to hear this. It is only on the first 10 words of every week. Is everyone clear? So, when it says Wednesday, week 5, you're only looking at the first 10 words of week 5. Keep in mind, you've already done this work. You should have. So you already have it done. Now, what I would do, and please listen, now that you're starting to see that we are using our focuses, and you can do your review off of your focuses alone. I'm telling you, you can. I would, if you haven't done it yet, I would put all of your focuses in your maps. You can throw away your do nows now that they've been scored and recorded. and your primaries. You're never going to look at them again. Can we agree? Take your maps, because I will be referencing your maps, and your focuses, and I would put them all in numerical order. Hopefully, you're not an idiot, and you wrote the number of the week on all of your assignments, like you should have, yes? If you did, this will be super easy. I mean, Logan's doing it. Cassidy's doing it right now. Okay? Super easy to do. I would put them all in numerical order. Then, if I was you, I would then pull out 2, 4, 5, and 7 and put them in a pile and write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on a sticky note. Does that make sense? And then I would do week 32, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and pull those specific out and have them in a separate spot. Does that make sense? Okay? That way you're keeping track of what vocab you have each day. I am telling you now, I will not have any sympathy if you don't know what words we're on for that day. Is everyone clear? A, I've taught you this content. B, I've graded this content. And there's a really wonderful document that tells you everything explicitly clear. So it is your responsibility to show up. Now, you might be able to wing it because I've taught you this content, you've tested on this content, you've done this vocab on this content. You may be able to wing it. There's 20 points a week on the table for quizzes. Everyone clear on how the quizzes are working? Okay, so let's talk about the other grades that are happening. As you can see, there are 2 types of weeks. We have content and we have writing. Okay? They are alternating until we get to hybrid week. Hybrid week is exam week. Your exam is not until the Thursday of that week. I'm telling you, you're going to do a little bit of writing. I'm not going to exhaust you on the week of my exam. I'm not an idiot. There will be a little bit of content and a little bit of writing to make sure we're still sharp and ready to go for that Thursday. Is everyone clear? So the writing weeks are a little bit of flux. Every Monday of writing week, we are reviewing the 35-question test. So if you flip to the back, this is what your typical schedule will look like for those weeks. Now, Monday is the first real day of review. You'll start getting do-nows on Monday, and we're just going to pick up from there. If you take a look at my assignment board, which Neil has a wonderful view of, okay, you will see that Monday you have a week 2 quiz, and I'm teaching unit 1, which is what that says. Tuesday, you have a week 4 quiz. Unit 2, Wednesday, week 5. Unit 3 is what I'm teaching. Thursday, week 7, I'm doing people in terms, which I'm going to explain exactly what that is. And then Friday, you have your 35-question test in 35 minutes. All of your assignments are due on Friday. Friday is now your end of week. By the way, I am allowed to test on Fridays. It is one of the social studies days, so don't try to come at me, okay? So, Friday you have a 35-question test. Both of your major assignments are due on Friday. So, let's talk about what those assignments are. If you look on the front of your scope and sequence, I break it down for you. Hopefully this is explicit enough for you. So, every single week of content, you will have these assignments. So, you have 20 points of quizzes that aren't on here, but we've already talked about them. You have an exam study guide. This is your exam study guide. There is a grand total of 3 of them because we have 3 weeks of content review, yes? If you look at your scope and sequence, your original one, you'll notice how they're all broken up into units. There's a total of 9 units. I've taken all 9 units, divided them into 3, so we're doing 3 at a time. That's how we're distributing the work. Okay? So there are 3 of these big packets, and I'm going to teach you exactly what I want you to do here in a minute with those packets. These are worth 50 points. That's a lot of points on the table. With that being said, this assignment is going to be the one that takes you the longest. Yes? It's also the most important. And I'll tell you why once we get there. Okay, so that is your exam study guide. You also have the brain dump, which is this. It is like a study guide kind of thing. It is supposed to be significantly sparser, easier to process, straightforward, kind of like flashcards. Yes? I'm going to teach you exactly what I want. and we'll go from there. I do want to point out, please listen, you'll like this. On Thursdays, this is my focus. This is what I'm going to try filling in for you and with you, yes? It is not my responsibility to complete this assignment for you, but my goal on Thursdays of Content Week is to do people and terms. Well, what do you think this is? People and terms. So I'm going to go and I'm going to talk about what I think are the most important people of terms of these 3 units. Does that make sense? That will be the focus of my instruction on Thursdays. Next week, I'm doing Unit 1. Unit 1 is Champa Rice, a real OG favorite in this house. The Abbasid Caliphate, the Seljuk Turks, all of those, Buddhism, okay, all of the wonderful things that we really love, okay, serfdom and feudalism, okay. On Tuesday, I'm teaching Mongols. These are like the good stuff. Okay, we're doing Indian Ocean Basin, some monsoon winds. Yes, guys, Trans-Saharan trade. We got some camels. We got Kingdom of Aksum. Okay, got Mansa Musa. Ugh. And then, of course, we have period 3, which is bananas. Okay, from Southeast Asia. We're pretty passionate about the Protestant Reformation. Gets me going every time. Love the Protestant Reformation. By the way, I hate Unit 3. I hate Unit 3. I just find it really boring. Everything else has got things I care about, but Protestant Reformation, ugh. Anyway, so every day I have a different unit of focus. On Thursday, I'm going to really try filling in a lot of this for you. So this weekend, should you start working on this? No, I wouldn't. I would not work on the brain dump until the end of the week. Does that make sense? Once we go through, you go through. The exam review is your responsibility. It's not mine. Is everyone clear on that? Okay? As I'm going through class, I'm going to cover some of it. I'm going to explain where I got this and why we're doing this. I'll explain everything here in a second when I get there. But that is your responsibility. I'm going to take some of the weight of this off, and this isn't weight. This is not weight. This is supposed to be nice, easy, and kind of quick and allow you to kind of keep things short. And this would be a great study tool for the exam the last couple days. Does that make sense? Looking at quick resources, that's what this is for. Then you have a test. Your brain dump is only worth 20 points because I'm going to carry a lot of the weight, and it's not supposed to have a ton of words on it. It's supposed to be pretty sparse. Your test is worth 70 points. You now have 35 question tests. Right now you do 25 questions, you get 50 points. You're now doing 35, which is why you're getting 70. There's still 2 points apiece. You're doing them in 35 minutes going forward. It'll be on the whole unit 1 through 3. Whatever that content I covered that week is what it's on, just as you know. Unlike content, now that we're in review, every Monday after a test, we as a class are going to go over the answers and talk about them and say, hey, this is what you should have seen to really help you finalize these skills. Isn't that nice? Do you understand why we couldn't do that throughout the year? Because if we did this throughout the year, we wouldn't be here right now. So now that you have improved your stimulus taking skills, now we can actually have genuine conversations about tweaking it to get more answers correct. Yes? Now we can have genuine conversations about them. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you aren't here for test day, you don't get to look at the test with the class. So, and I'm also not going to give you my test to go sit in another room and take it. Do you see how that is a complete loss of an opportunity? Yes? Because I don't want you sitting in the other room taking photos and doing stuff with my test. Yes? We see a problem here because you people are shady as hell. Ren, oh my God, you people. People did him dirty. Anyway, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you miss a test on Friday and you don't make it up first thing Monday morning, you're going to be sitting in Cozy's room twiddling your thumbs, sitting there wasting a huge opportunity, yes? I do not do going through tests often. It'll happen 3 times in this class. Do not miss those opportunities, yes? So if you have to miss a Friday, which I get, you guys are super busy, that's fine, and I'm not mad, but it's better for you if you make it up first thing Monday morning so you can be a part of the answer review, yes? Okay. Questions about tests? Catherine, do you have a question? Perfect. Do nows. You should all be super stressed about them. I'm just kidding. They're the exact same thing going forward. They're there for points, and they're there to start class quickly. Questions, concerns, comments about any of the assignments? Keep in mind, you do have quizzes that are also going in there. Do you see there's a lot of points on the table? Yes. That's nice, isn't it? Keep in mind, you also have a mock exam. 200 points. Plus, you also have essays going in, too. What?
The tests are like just like the AP exams, so there's no like free questions, like where there's no primary.
No, there's no free. Everything will be sets.
So it's primary 3 questions, primary 3
Yeah,
questions.
pretty much. Yeah, because I have every test question you've ever seen except for maybe like 5 throughout the whole year. Obviously, number question 25 for the last test I made up. Have come through AP, but they have old test questions and they have newer test questions, and all the new ones are the ones that have sets. Does that make sense? They have a question set, one stimulus, multiple questions that go along to it. Now that I'm in 3 huge units, I have way more options to put on your test. Does that make sense? So I will be making it so it's super chunky and not kind of broken down. But there's only so much a girl can do, you know what I mean? But now I have plenty of opportunities to pull what I need, okay? So, is it super important you're here on Fridays to take a test? Yeah. I'm telling you, try to make it so you can be here every Friday. Your quality of life will improve, especially if you are struggling on my tests. Especially. Because we're going to go over the answers. I'm going to sit here. We're going to talk about the answers, why you shouldn't have picked this one, why you should have been tempted by this one, but this is why it's the answer. We're going to go over all of that stuff, which I think will be a nice way to clean up some of your helps. Okay? Those are the big picture assignments. Your writing weeks are going to look awfully similar to writing weeks that we've had in the past. As you can see, a mock, okay? We only have 2 official writing weeks. This is really for the first one. The second one is all about your mock exam. Does that make sense? Okay, we're going to spend the whole second one really going through your mock exam and kind of cleaning that up, and you writing stuff at night. Okay, so Monday we go over test. Tuesday we have SAQ day, LEQ, Thursday's DBQ, and then Friday we have a timed writing. It's going to be great.
Like timed writing, like you write it like in class?
Yeah. Is that
Like
fun?
you grade it?
Yes.
So are we doing any more peer grading?
No, it's dead.
Even the dudes.
Okay, well that's...
Yeah, if you're worried about do nows, you have big problems. Okay. So, are we having fun yet? Exactly. Oh, I love the enthusiasm, guys. All right, here we go. So, recap of what we have covered. In case you haven't noticed, you really need to put all of your focuses and your maps in chronological order. Yes? It'll make it easier to find and resource later. Once you put them in chronological order, I would pull out the ones that you need for your quizzes, and I would grab a Post-it and write Monday, week 30 quiz. Yes? 1 through 10, just to keep them all organized, because I do not have tolerance for you not knowing what quiz of the day is. Yes? So that's what I would do, but you do you. Okay? Let's start talking about the actual assignments. Okay, so this is the exam study guide. This is the burden of review. There's a total of 3 of them, and this is the smallest one. Okay, I am telling you right now, I did not write this. Historically, a Bennett AP is Barron's book and a mock exam, 2 of them. That's how you knew you took a Bennett class. You were miserable under a Barron's book, and you did 2 mock exams, and that's how you prepped. I have walked away from Barron's books for multiple reasons, which we don't need to go into. For that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I did not write this because College Board wrote this. This is the actual exam blueprint, and I've never done it this way. I'm telling you right now, I did not write this, okay? It is College Board's blueprint, which is both a blessing and a curse, and I'm going to tell you why, okay? This is all the things. These 2 columns are all the things that College Board demands that you know. And I'm going to walk you through it here in a second. I'll sit down and we'll talk about it, and I'll show you exactly what I want. This is big picture. This is historical consequence. These are the details. This is how AP World is essentially presented to me, and this is how I base all of my instruction throughout the course of the year. This is the course guide. Because we have 5 weeks of review, we are just going to go through the course guide to make sure you have the details, okay? Which is really, really good, and I'm excited about it, but I've never done it this way, so anxiety. I did not write this. This is College Board. So if I didn't write it, is it all over the internet? I'm telling you right now, if you type in the first 2 questions, you will find a million websites that have answers filled out for this thing. Why? Because College Board wrote it, and a lot of people use it for review. A lot of people teach off of this, which I don't know why you would do that, but people do. Okay, I am telling you right now, I did not write this. College Board wrote this. So there's 1,000 websites online that have this information right there. So if you wanted to, you could just copy blindly off of a website right now. Each of you, all 103 of you, could copy off different websites right now and get this information down. I'm aware. I know this because I didn't write it. It's out there. But let me tell you the second point. I'm telling you right now, I am really, really good at what I do. You may not like it, but after you sit for the mock exam, you will see exactly why I've done everything I've done in the 30 weeks we've been together. And I'm also a hell of a good planner. I don't know if you noticed, but okay, I've got my problems, a little crazy, but I know what I'm doing. I also know which one of you are going to get 5s, 4s, 3s, and which are on the cusp of a 2. I already know. Some of you can save yourself. Some of you can bump yourself up. I can tell you right now exactly where you stand and where you're going to fall. About a week out, I will be able to write a little note, and I do. Ren and I write a little list of who's going to get what, and we compare notes of how well we did. I always win. Don't tell them I said that, though. With that being said, I'm telling you, there are people in this room who are on the strong path of a 2. Remember, 3 is passing. So, there's a bunch of people in here with a 2. There's a bunch of people in all my classes, so don't think you're on it. I have a bunch of people who are 3s, 4s. I think I only have like 2 or 3 solid 5s. Like they could just take a nap now, wake up for the exam, get a 5. That's what I'm talking about. Stone cold, dead 5. I think I have 2. With that being said, every single person in this room has to clean up the details, yes? Okay? You know what it's like to sit down in an essay and try to come up with those information, yes? Outside evidence, pulling it together quickly, coming up with your grouping, all that stuff. That's what I'm talking about, cleaning up the details. How is this relevant? If you just start blindly copying websites, and some of them are really bad. Like idiots wrote them and they're just online, and people, I'm like worried you're going to start copying off idiots. Okay? If you just start, especially my lower students, if you've been struggling with the test, if you are struggling with this class, blindly copying from a website online is not going to get you where you need to be. It's not. Now, is it an option? Of course. I'm not an idiot. I know there's thousands of websites that have it. If you are going to bump yourself up to the next score, a 3, a 4, a 5, you got to put in the work. Your review is going to dictate your effort. I set it up. I have the timing. I'm doing all the things I can. There is a responsibility here that falls on your shoulders. You can easily just go and just copy, put on your headphones, blaring loud, and not listen to anything you're reading, and write it down and turn it in. Woo, you got the points, but you're not going to pass the exam. What a waste. Or you can do the work. July 4th is when you're going to get your scores. And you can lie to your friends and say you got the score you did, but it'll be on my wall what you got. So if you're Just think about that. I will have everyone's name who passes the exam up there. All my 5s are in black, and all my 3s and 4s are in gold, and it will be up there until I leave. The only reason it's not up there now is because I went on maternity leave. But then it'll be back. And I'm not going on maternity leave ever again. Hell no. So, if you want the score, the 3, the 4, the 5, you got to earn it. And this is where it comes. So how can you do it correctly? Oh my God, thank you so much for asking, guys. Love it when you ask me good questions. Hemler. If you type in Hemler 1.1, his video goes through this. This is the everything. This is the Holy Bible of AP World. This is the core and the instruction. Now, if you listen to Hemler, he's giving you outside evidence. He's giving you a little bit more support and a little more framework, but he's going through it. Freemanpedia, ladies and gentlemen. I would write that down maybe because you're probably not going to remember it. Freemanpedia literally goes 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. That is where this information can be found that's different. Now, you can also just look in your AMSCO book. Yeah, it's in there. Now, you have to go through. Now, if I was you, I would say hell no to AMSO, which is why I'm telling you, you don't have to use it, but you can use it. So don't tell me, Miss Bennett, I didn't have any internet access, so I couldn't do your review, because I will lose my mind. It is on your AMSCO book. You just have to look for it. This is the everything. Your AMSCO book is based on these things, because it's the everything of AP World. So Hemler, Freemanpedia, your AMSCO book. There are also resources online. As I said, you can type them in, but don't be an idiot. If the person sounds like an idiot who wrote it, they are an idiot. Okay? That is where I'd be getting this information. Freemanpedia and Hemler are the best of the resources. Okay? That in your AMSCO book are the top 3. If you just Google these questions, they're going to pop up everywhere. I didn't write this. This is College Board's framework. It is literally everywhere on the internet. It's not a trick. It's not a surprise. It's everywhere. Read your source. Make sure they're not an idiot if you're going to try doing it the cheap way. If you're doing it the cheap way, it's not going to work out for you. Put the time in. Do the work. That's your score. I'm doing everything from my side. You have to take responsibility on your side. It should take you about 2.5, 3 hours. So let me tell you what exactly you're doing. That would help. Okay. So this is how the whole thing is set up. Oh, Bestie is calling. Hi, my love. I'm sitting in a classroom of high school students who are all looking at me with creepy eyes.
Sorry.
Is everything okay, or are you delayed?
My flight was canceled. I booked day 1. I get in at like 1 in the morning. I'll take an Uber. See you in the morning.
No! Are you at the airport already?
Yeah, so apparently they canceled it at like 8 this morning and it's not even. Everybody showed up for the flight and there isn't one. And it still says it's on time in the app.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
Okay, so still be there for 3 and all that stuff, but obviously
That's okay. Okay. All right, let me call you back at 3:30 when school's out.
great.
Bestie's flight got canceled. Hold on. We can't do this without her. I'm like really sweating now. God damn it. It's okay. I'm not gonna cry. Hello! Let's talk about your homework. Okay. Sweating. Learning objective. This is the umbrella thing that College Board wants you to know. So let's look at it. Explain the systems of government employed by Chinese dynasties and how they developed over time. So that's the big picture thing College Board needs you to be able to say. Fine, I don't want you to do a damn thing with it. Leave it there. You can ignore it if you want. Okay, Historical developments. This is why you should have picked up 2 highlighters. And I am judging you if you picked any color other than yellow. Because yellow is the only highlight acceptable color. The yellow? You just don't have good taste. I'm so sorry. No. Oh, I'm super particular about highlighters, for sure. Now, of course, if you have a colored one, you can absolutely use it. I'm not going to deduct points. I'm just judging you for your poor taste. Huh? No, of course not. Of color? No. Okay, so for your historical developments, this is where you will starting doing the work. So, historical developments are the specific things historically College Board needs you to be aware of. So, this is big picture. These are historical specific. I am so sad. These are big picture. These are historical events they need you to know. And these are the specifics. Okay? So, when you do the historical developments, ladies and gentlemen, empires and states from Afro-Eurasia and the Americas demonstrated continuity, innovation, and diversity in the 13th century. Fine. Read it. Who cares? What I need you to do is anytime you see bold, underlined, these are the things you need to know and specifics. So, I want you to highlight only the most important information, which is this bottom section. This includes the Song Dynasty of China, which utilized traditional methods of Confucianism and imperial bureaucracy. This is where the work actually comes in. Every word that is underlined and highlighted in this packet, AP expects you to know cold. These are the non-negotiables, which is also the first 10 words of your vocab in every unit. So, what you're going to do in this box, the first box is very small, but as you can see, the boxes get bigger, yes? So don't get mad at me, don't come at me. The Song Dynasty, every time you have a bold underlined thing, you're going to write a quick blurb. So the Song Dynasty is the foundation of Chinese society. Okay, so every time a word is bold and underlined, you're going to make a quick annotation. Confucianism, I'm going to draw a line and write it over here. So you're making quick annotations. Focuses on personal ethics and morality. Do you see how we are making it super short and simple? These are quick annotations. It's about stopping and processing the information. Imperial bureaucracy. These are appointed officials. Okay, so every single time you see bold italicized, you need to make a quick annotation. Now, you are highlighting, and I'm just going to make this note, highlighting only important info in historical context. Okay, so I don't want you just highlighting everything in this column because that would be stupid and that's not what I want. So only highlight that. Okay, let's look at, so this is big picture, which I don't need you to do a damn thing in that first column. Is everyone clear on that? Read it. It's good for you. Nothing you need to do. The second column, you need to make quick annotations next to these big terms. These are the must-have words of AP World. That's why we're stopping and processing what they are. The real work is going to come in the third column, which I think you expected, yes? Okay, this is where they need you to know specific questions. Yes, Andrew?
So we're going to define every word but only highlight some of it?
Yes, every word, because those are the must-have words. It's stupid for you to, like, sometimes they're just giving you context, and I don't need you to care about context. Does that make sense? I just need you to know Song Dynasty, utilize traditional methods and stuff like that. What they specifically make a must-have about a specific society. So I am not looking for all of this to be highlighted, but I don't have a specific amount either. Does that make sense? I want you to be reading it and realizing what's important and what's not, because that's an important skill you're going to need for college. Does that make sense? Okay. What?
And all these words we can use as evidence on the essays.
Yeah, of course. Evidence in the essays, you're going to see them all throughout your mock exams and your multiple choice, the whole damn thing. Okay. So, then you have the questions. Now, describe the song China, including spiced tea characteristics. So let me tell you what spiced tea stands for, because we don't really use it in this class, even though we do talk about it. Flip it over to the very back and write it down, because it is going to refer to it multiple times throughout this whole review process. Spiced tea stands for social, political, interactions, which is like with other societies. Cultural, economic, and technology. So when they ask you to do a spiced tea, they need you to tell them one social, one political, one interaction, one cultural, one economic, and one piece of technology. That's what they're asking for. We do talk about this. I used to make people do spice charts. I obviously walked away from it. Okay. Remember, this is being handed to us by College Board for their exam. So if they're asking for it, what are we going to do? Give them what they want. So, Song China, here we go. So, I am not looking for full and complete sentences, but I'm looking for full and complete thoughts. Do we know the difference between them? I'm not asking you to waste extra time on extra words, but I'm looking for more than just champa rice. Yes? If it becomes a problem, I will make it mandatory to write full sentences, and you're not going to like it. Can we agree? Okay. So, Song China. So, social. We have filial piety. Filial piety. I'm so sad. Political. We have imperial bureaucracy. They're the ones who really make it as effective as it is. Okay? Interactions, we have trade with Med C. That's as far as they reach. Culture, we have Confucianism and Buddhism, which is obviously going to make what? There you go. E, or economic, is going to be trade with Indian Ocean Basin, and inter. They're really big on inter-regional trade. Inter means, no, that's intra. Internal, like internal, you think of all of like the ocean goods and stuff inside. Internal means inside of China. They're really big on that. And then you have technology. Okay, technology. They are movable type, which is a huge deal. And gunpowder. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Now, I'm telling you right now, if you watch Hemler's videos, Hemler's giving you a little bit more explanation of the things, but the information is there. Is everyone clear on that? This is the core, the backbone of everything we've done. Okay, Freemanpedia, it breaks it up in these sections. They have a little bit more clarifying details. So if you're a complete idiot and never heard of these things before, it explains what they are. We are not idiots. We've worked really hard all year. So just making sure we have an awareness of what these things are. Okay? So that is what I'm looking for. So when we see explain the influence of Confucianism on Song China's political system, here we go. The civil service exam. Is entirely based on Confucianism. Hopefuls took the test in hopes of getting a government bureaucracy job. This test created meritocracies and scholar gentry class. Okay. That is what I'm kind of looking for my answers here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm not looking for 1 or 2 words. Is everyone clear? Hello? Okay. Now, I am not 100% sold on how I'm going to be scoring this. If you're turning it in digitally or in person, I think I want it in person so I can physically hold it in my hand and see exactly what you're doing. Okay, because it is a little hard to do things online. So I'm leaning to you submitting this in person. I know I've already posted online that I have it, and it's a portal on there, but I think I'm going to have you turn this one in specifically in person so I can sit here and score it in front of you. What?
You'll give them back, right?
Yeah, of course. Oh, you'll pick them up when you finish your test. I will have them graded by the time you're done testing. So you will pick them up before you leave. Yeah, I don't want them in my possession. I want to score them and give them back to you as soon as possible. You will never be without them out of the room. Does that make sense? Perfect. Okay, so this is the meat and potatoes of the entire course, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now, I did not write it. So there is information online. I cannot stress that just because it's available doesn't mean you have to do it. And if you don't do the work, some of you will not pass this exam, I'm telling you right now. Some of you who could get a 4 will get a 3, and some of you who could get a 5 are going to get a 4. The time you put in is the time you're going to benefit from it. Now, I do want to quickly talk about the brain dump real quick. Now, this is supposed to be a study material, and it's supposed to be super approachable. Okay? So, what I'm really looking for when we do it is the Mexica. Goodbye.
What is it like?
It's super, I have time on Thursday, we'll be going through it. Guys, no one should be thinking about this until like Wednesday. Does that make sense? Yeah, girl. No one should be thinking about this till Wednesday, and you should be using your exam review study guide to do it.
Do we need to keep our answer notes if we see?
I would like you to hold on to them until after the exam, so in case you, but I don't want you to go through them twice. You've already used it once. Some people will use it though, I'm telling you.
I'm like a minor for
Yes, my darling.
I will be at the Latin State.
Okay, so how about you? I have a bunch of people who are coming to take it Monday morning, the test.
Okay, and then for the assignments, so I just still turn them online.
You'll turn them in person. We'll figure that out.
Oh.
Like I said, this is like in flux.
I'll just be here Wednesday, but then Thursday and Friday.
Perfect, we'll make it work. There's a bunch of you. What's up, Hunter?
The brain dumps, are we doing them on Thursdays?
We're gonna do a lot of them